Oh my god, I'm back in my room. I'm back in the laboratory, man. So a lot of my videos, honestly, they strayed from what this really was, what I wanted it to be. I just wanted to talk, and I just wanted to all my dirty clothes. Honestly, yes, it is all my dirty clothes. Again, room is dirty. It's nasty. Just like, no, I'm just playing. I'm not nasty. I'm beautiful, man. So let me tell you about this, man. Let me tell you about what happened. Actually, I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'll tell you. What happened was I was in a car accident. Drunk driver hit my car. It exploded. I was unconscious in the vehicle, and I was burning alive. Yeah, I was burning alive. Imagine, but nah, it's like I was burning, and I guess I was unconscious during that, and that's what the me burning is what woke me up, and I went running out of the car. Like the door blew off. The left door blew off. I went running out. Then I jumped. Then I fell off the overpass, which was 50 feet. Yeah, so I'm burned like 90% of my body, 90 something exactly, but we'll say 90, round down. Yeah, I lost my ears, lost all this, lost all my finger. Now I'm playing, still got three. Bah, 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 bah. I'm playing. I use it to, do all my tasks with three fingers. And that's what happened, man. So I had that car accident. And the reason I keep going, why do I keep going? What is the point of this? So what is the point of still wanting to live like this? So this is it right here. When you're alive, you always have a purpose. And a purpose in life, let me tell you what the purpose in life is. It's up for you to make it. You think about it. What is your purpose? What do you like to do? Because this is honestly, think about it as a playground. So there's people that decide to just play, and then bad things happen to them. And obviously I wasn't playing and bad stuff still happened. So you know what? There is no true way or real way to take care of life. There's no true way. There's no like 100% proof way of surviving everything. But as long as you're doing what you enjoy, hey man, I could have been gone that night. I was 19 years old. It was November 3rd of, I'll just say it, 2023. It is now 2025, I think. Is it 2024 or See, that's the thing. I was in a coma for a bit, so I'm kind of bad with the dates because, I don't know the year really that well because I remember when years had a meaning and now the years are going by fast. Man, I'm 21 now. I was 19 when it happened. All the drama, all the whatever. I talked about it in some other videos, but I'll reiterate it right now in case you were curious. But I had a girlfriend, whatever, and that's honestly what gave me the jump of confidence to be like, you know what, man? Nobody's going to be here for me except and then I don't know, I guess I was lost in the sauce of being like, oh, they're gonna worry. You know what I think? For people that aren't there to support you, who cares what they think, man? And that is the god honest truth, man. So when I was going through my stuff, when I was struggling with my own ideas of like, what am I gonna do, my own purpose, again, it's just, people choose to be with you at certain times and they choose to not be with you at other times. So those are the type of people you need to be careful of, because I've had a lot of people like that. I've had people that stick for the good, aren't there for the bad. And that's sadly is a lot of people, honestly. And that's something that I came to realize really young. I guess I was like 20 years old and I realized that. So it's like, I don't even be having friends anymore, man. It's like, I don't need it, man. The friends aren't going to make the money for me. The friends aren't going to feed me, spoon feed me. But maybe they will. Maybe you'll find your own friends. Maybe you'll make the best friends, and those friends are better than some family members, because even family isn't 100% proof of being there for you all the time. So I know my mom was there, but she wasn't there how she should have been. And that's honestly the God truth. The God honest truth, man. And do I believe in God? Of course I believe in God, man. It's probably not your God. It's probably my own God that I created, because that's what it is. It's up to interpretation. That's what religion really is, if you want to get to the root of it. It's honestly the idea of believing, because once you could believe in something, you could believe in yourself first, and then you could believe in anything you want. So I was able to believe in myself first. I wasn't really a religious fella. Crazy. But I was not a religious person. And then as soon as the accident happened, guess what I was wearing? I was wearing a cross. And not to say I wore that cross because of Christianity or my religious beliefs. I just wore it because it was a sign of belief. It's kind of funny, but you think about Superman, man. Like, this will sound like a random, conversation. But look, Superman, what if you know the comic books and stuff, and it's funny to relate to comic books because superheroes, whatever. I really am a Deadpool superhero. So whatever. I'm just kidding, man. But yeah, so the thing about it is it's a sign of belief, So that S really was just a sign of belief, but it became Superman's S because he wore it. So not to say that I think I'm Superman because I wear a cross, but I'm saying I had a sign of belief. And look at this funny thing right here. Alexander likes to eat plastic bags for fun. So what I'll do, I'll scruff him like a good fella, and he'll be right here with me, his father. He's really not supposed to be all over this, but I'll scruff him again, put him where he needs to be. That's the thing about it. You know, Alexander was here for me during the whole time. He waited for me. He was always outside of my door during the time I was in my hospital. I was in the hospital for about a year, give or take. I don't really know the exact dates because, you know, I was in and out of consciousness. I was in a coma, then I was in and out of consciousness. Go ahead, Alexander. You're free to roam the world. You know, that's my son, really. So, it's a thing about belief, man. If you want to keep going through any struggle, just believe it. Believe that you can do it, and you're already one step closer to doing it. So, the thing about your mind and the way you could trick it into just being whatever you want it to be is speak it into existence. Manifestation, man. Oh my God, manifest that. Manifest some bands. Alexander, stop this madness. Hey, don't do this. Don't do this. You're gonna eat it and then you're gonna take it to the vet, man. Get out of here. Go away. And he thinks I'm playing with him. Funny boy, funny boy. But that's how I raised him, you know. So I raised that cat since he was a little dude. Now he's my big dude. He's my friend, man. Nah, but why am I even talking like that? So that's the thing about it, is like I could talk whatever type of way, whatever funny way I want to talk to describe what I'm feeling, and I feel like that's what it is. So if you're able to describe what you're trying to do, is say, hey, I want to be doing this by the time I'm this age, then you could really do it whenever you want. But you need to put that plan into motion. Like they said I wasn't going to be able to walk, and I didn't believe it for the longest time, and guess what? I wasn't walking. And then one day I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll walk. You know what? I'll walk right now. And then I stood up and then I fell down. But people don't know that. I don't tell people about that. So I guess I'll tell you because I trust you and you're really cool, I guess. Alexander is eating plastic? Another different plastic. Okay, cool. Whatever. At least it's not soft. But what I'm trying to say is, if you can believe it here, and you could... Imagine. But if you can believe it, and then you can speak it out, then you could do whatever you want to do, man. So there's the thing about positive and negative energies that you put out. So whenever you do a plan and you have a plan to do something and it's negative, it's probably not going to go your way. You know, karma exists and stuff. So let me tell you what I really think. You should act with the best intention, and not because you want to be a certain way, because that's not the point about it. You know, be who you want to be. You know, some people choose to be good, some people choose to be bad. And some people choose to leave you, some people choose to stay. And the people that choose to stay are the ones that usually get overlooked because they, you're always here, who cares? But when they're gone, then that's when you really think about it. So the thing about losing everything and then being able to value everything, you lose everything, I value anything, man. So I did lose, honestly, everything that I had, that I was, you know. I mean, look at that picture right there, brother. Do I look like that? No, I'm playing. But I don't be looking like that, man. So what I'm trying to say is, when you have everything, you won't be the king of the world. You'll be the king of the world when you have everything, then you lose it, and then you know how to still be the king of the world when you have nothing. Because when you have nothing and then you get everything, then you'll know what that feeling is like. So that could be scaled down to just, you know, how people grow up, and people get brought up with everything they ever wanted, and then they don't really have a value in anything. They just want to do stuff. So for me, I always had the aspirations of, I want to do this for my family. I want to do this when I'm older. I want to buy this. And it is materialistic, but the thing about materialism, you know, I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for money. You know, I live in America. The private insurance companies are pretty crazy. So, you know, if we didn't have money for that, I wouldn't even be alive. So if it wasn't for money, I wouldn't be alive. If it wasn't for money, you wouldn't be alive. And I'm not telling you to go be money hungry and just sabotage everything just to get money. But you need to just have your plans in order to be aligned. And when you're doing things to benefit yourself, not to be selfish, but just focus on you. So that's another concept entirely, honestly. I'm just rambling, but I just have a lot to say, honestly. But the thing about when people start worrying about you and they're like, I feel bad for you, like the same way they do about me, man. They think about, I feel bad for you. I feel sorry for you. Why do you feel sorry, man? I'm not complaining. I don't even think I remember complaining much, honestly. I woke up and I was like, all right, man, time to do it. Time to figure out how to brush my teeth. Time to figure out how to hold the fork, how to hold the pencil to write, how to do everything. You know, everything, yeah. I'm playing. I'm not playing. But, you know, drive the car, do everything, man. So whatever you can think of, I could do it. And that's the thing about it. It's like we are still animals at the end of the day. So we are human, and we are different species technically. But the thing about it is, like, we're we're able to change and shape into form into whatever scenario we are given, like a chameleon. But the thing about it is, people lose track of that, and you're like, they can't imagine themselves in this place. So like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And I would never outwardly express that, because then you'll just make the person feel bad. Like, come on, man, you see me, hey man, do you see this coat? No, I'm playing. But the thing about that is, like, I noticed I was kind of like that when I saw a man that was paralyzed in a wheelchair. He was paralyzed, and the only way he was able to move was he would like move his fingers a little, and then like the wheelchair would move, and like, like kind of like Stephen Hawking. And honestly, I just saw that. I'm like, wow, I'm so thankful that I'm not paralyzed. I fractured my spine in 2 places, L2 and L3. So I can stand. The only issue right now with this neck, I can't really stand straight and be standing straight and be straight now. But the thing is, I'm not meant to be doing it often, because my left leg is still a little bent, and they took skin graft from here, because that was like literally the only part that, and I'm shirtless and stuff. I'm Meat Boy or whatever from that one cartoon. I'm Deadpool. I don't care, man. I'm a superhero. I'm non-fictional, because I'm always compared to fictional, but I really exist, and I'm really here for everything. And the thing about it is, if you can put yourself in someone's shoes, empathy, and you can put yourself in other people's shoes, it'll just make you a better person, honestly. You start thinking about how would they feel, how would, so that's how you start watching your words better. And you just start being a better person all around, man. And I know I have people that watch me that I had no idea would be watching me, but they're watching me. So all I want to say is hello. Yes, this is my humble room, my humble abode, all my pictures, all my stuff, some random scrap. And yeah, so this is me, man. This is who I am. I would never hide myself away, even though at one point I did. But this is me, man. Look at the bald pattern, because it burned with gasolina. Oh, nah, but so no ears, whatever, man. I had no eyelids. They recreated them. I had no skin. I got some new one from a laboratory. And the big trash can is outside, man. I mean, the garbage truck, man. And so that's like when I was a little kid. I used to love that. I think I told you that already. You should know that if you love me. Now I'm playing. But yeah, so it's pretty loud. I don't know if you can hear me really well, but this is my room, man. You probably can't hear me. Man! I don't know. I'll just keep talking, because I know that you can hear me, and you can hear me, actually. So this is my skin, man. The close-up on my skin. Look at me, man. And then I scratched my phone. That's why it looks like that. I need a new phone. I'm going to get a new phone. So anyways, I just wanted to catch you up on how I've been doing. I'm feeling really good now. I've just realized, I started watching my old videos. I'm like, man, I have the keys to life. How come I'm not using them, man? So that's the thing about advice. They could fall on deaf ears, or they could fall on somebody that doesn't even have ears. Yeah. No, but for real, because I don't have any. But what I'm saying is, you need to be in control of everything that you do. And when you can do that, then you're like, oh, I did do that. So it was a mistake, but I learned from it. Guess what? Time to move on. And that's how it goes. So that's what life is, honestly. It's just it's a marathon that has little obstacles in it, and you just have to learn how to adapt, so you don't fall with the same obstacle, because if you don't adapt, then you'll just happen. And I'm not talking about, anything else except just be who you want to be whenever you want to be, and you'll get corrected by life, honestly. So bad people get corrected, even good people get corrected, and that's just what life is. It's a journey. And I'm not to say everything happens for a reason, but everything happens for a pretty good reason. And there's a pretty good idea to why certain stuff happens. I'm not going to say I deserve this. I'm not going to say I needed this. But I'm glad that it happened to me, at least. So somebody didn't have to suffer, because I'm not suffering, man. I'm crying, imagine. Nah, that's what happens when your eyelids are not really functional. So your eyes just water. And you can't really close them. So it's all good. And I be crying sometimes. I think I don't. Maybe like last month. Maybe I shed a couple tears in honor of Alexander. No, I'm playing. But yeah, it's like, live the life you want to live, and then sometimes it'll get handed to you. So I feel like this is, in a way, a rebirth of sorts, because I feel like I'm a kid again, and I get to spend time with all my family members like I did when I was a kid. And now I get to experience things with this new person that stepped into my life, Frankie Rivers. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's from Vecinos. If you guys are Hispanic or whatever, you guys seen that Vecinos. Frankie Rivers. Yeah. For real. Yeah, I'm Hispanic and stuff. No, I'm just Hispanic. My parents are from Mexico. I was born here. Yo hablo los dos lenguajes sin problema. No, I'm playing. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like whenever I try to speak Spanish on purpose, it doesn't come out naturally. And I'm yapping along. I'm glad you're here. If you're here right now, I want you to say tissue, please. Just say tissue, please, because I need one right now. So, you know what? I'll grab one right now. I'll show you what this whole process is. Honestly, I just get lost in the sauce of just not doing stuff for a while. Then I get out of comfort with it, you know. So, I like to talk to you. And, look, let me show you. That's all I got to do, really. So I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I can definitely tell the difference just visually. Like, I can see better clearly. I could clearly see better, right? Because you can tell it through my eyes. Whatever, man. This is who I am. If you ask who's him Kardashian, this is him. This is him, though. They're really him. But like, subscribe, favorite, follow me on everything. Bridget West. How about that one? Kid behind the camera, angry grandpa. You don't know that. I know that. OG YouTuber, though. OG YouTuber watcher, man. I don't know. But beyond that, I just wanted to have a conversation with you. I was doing live streams and stuff. I was doing all sorts of stuff. And I don't know. I feel like I don't want to lose connection with you. And I want to talk to you. And I just wanted to talk to you. So, yeah, I have Instagram, him6Kardashian. Then got TikTok, him6Kardashian. Hopefully Kim Kardashian doesn't get mad. I'll ask her for a good favor if I can use her name whenever I do stuff. Not playing. You know, it's public domain because I'm not really making money off her name, you know. Whatever, man. I thought about that. I think about a lot of things, honestly. You hear me talking right now. It's just straight, rapid fire, straight from my mind. My bad. Do you have motion sickness? Yeah, so this is what I am, you know. I was always this type of kid. I'm 21 years old right now. I feel like I'm still a kid, but you know, I am a little older nowadays because I was 19 when this whole thing happened, and now I'm pretty old in my eyes. But, you know, age is just an ideology. So I'll say I'm forever young, like Lil Uzi Vert. Yeah. So, like the video, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and let me know what are the questions. You know what? I should do a Q&A, man. I have not done a Q&A in a while, and I should have just done a Q&A to begin with. But I just wanted to tell you about how I keep going, because when you keep going and you don't quit, you're like a train. And Frankie loves trains. So, Frankie and trains. And tissue, please. Comment that one. How about that? Is that okay? Sorry. I don't mean to ask much of you. I just like when you watch my video. And I appreciate you. Yeah. Lil Uzi Vert. Nah, for real. The best artist ever made.